Hello, hello. Welcome to Audio Addiction. It is your boy Brandon. I am fashionably running late about 5 minutes. If you're new here, I do these on Twitch. Come hang out. Come join the stream. Would love to see you in chat. But hope y'all are doing well. We are finishing up on NiziU, and I also am doing some of the playlist that y'all have sent me. I literally was finishing that out, so doing good shit here. But yeah, work ran over a little bit. I had to catch up on some personal things, so we are all good. We're feeling good. We're doing part 2 of NiziU, and we've got a ton of new stuff. So I did it in submission order, so I am literally going down the list in terms of the new stuff that you guys sent to me. So we are going in order. So Sarah, you were first, so you get a prime slot. So gonna be going through all that, but very excited. If you are a part of the Discord community, awesome. Thank you. Come join our Discord too. It's the best place to come chat with all of y'all and be with like-minded people. So it'd be really rad if you're a part of that. So come join the Discord if you are new. But yeah, very excited. The songs, real quick. Again, I kind of a little bit of a rundown here. We have Paradise, Coconut, Look at Me, Love and Like, Heartress, Lucky Stars, Memory, Sweet Nonfiction, Rise Up, Believe, Always, Yoake, Crush, Love Line, and then we are finishing out with Life is Beautiful, or What If and Life is Beautiful, excuse me. So very, very excited. We have a very normal conversation. we do, but very nice. Sarah, Gunky, Kaylee, hello. No Santa, hello. Sarah says, "Oh no, I have a big presentation tonight, so I'm gonna miss it. I'll have to catch it up when you upload it on Patreon later." Oh, best of luck. Good luck. Good luck. Let us know how y'all make out. But very excited. Biscuit, hello. Happy Monday. Yes, Monday, the manic Monday. So, but yeah, very excited. Again, massive congrats to Gunky for getting another 100K. So very, very stoked for them. In order to get that is quite the feat. So if you would also like to be a part of that club, come hang out. Come. That's the best way to get channel points, and it's the best way for you to get your group talked about and posted about if you have not. So come join. Jazz, hello. Thanks for hanging. But yeah, we're going to be doing that and going to be vibing. Uni, hello. Yo, yo, yo. We love to see it. So we are going to start it off with Paradise first. It looks like this is their fifth single on their second full-length album, Coconut, the theme song for the animated movie Doraemon, Nobita's Sky Utopia. Very interesting. Three Retro Stray Kids helped write and produce this song. Very nice. The song encourages listeners to embrace their authentic selves and find happiness in the present moment. The song emphasizes the importance of self-love, self-acceptance, and self-belief, even when things do not go as planned and failure and hardship are inevitable. Gunky says that this is the first song he had heard from them, and it's one of his favorites. We love to see it. So, Sarah says, "Thank you all. I'm nervous. I did a property evaluation for the National Register of Historical Places, and I have to present it to my professor for approval." Well, I was going to say that is well beyond my pay grade. So best of luck to Sarah. Everybody send the positive energy there. So we'd love to see it. But let's get into Paradise. Hopefully that will bring you the positivity. So let's go. Ooh. I love that like natural instrumentation. Super sick. Kella, hello. Thanks for hanging. Love that pre-chorus. So good. Key change? Nice. Oh, that's cool. I like the little silhouettes. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna pause it there. Very nice. This was NiziU's Paradise if you're hanging out for part 2. This was a phenomenal way to start off the stream. I'm just gonna say this is well in the wheelhouse, my wheelhouse. Love the instrumentation. I feel like that goes without saying for me personally. I'm sure there's some people in chat that also love this as well, but it's so good. Like, I think the acoustic guitar is beautiful in this. Like the chordal structure is so phenomenal. I feel like anytime I hear a lot of like K-pop that kind of goes in this direction, I always feel like I almost inherently like it, and maybe it's just kind of my affinity for loving like K-band stuff, and just see like band, again, band type music. I feel like that one, it always strikes, no pun intended, a chord with me. But I think this one was really great, and I think it also really highlights the members really well in this song. Not to say that previous songs have not really done that to a very full extent, but this one just felt like the melody choice was very on point to what they're capable of doing, and maybe even pushing their vocals a little bit further. I will say probably my favorite portions of the song were the pre-chorus and the chorus. If I really had to nail down, I'd probably say that pre-chorus is one of my favorites, I think, that they've done so far. It just has this really great build and like dynamic to it that I think has a phenomenal payoff in that chorus. So I really like the dynamic choices that they were doing this one. I also think, like, again, I don't know if I really had a particular member that just was insane, because they all, again, have such a unique kind of like vocal tone. I'd probably say Riku and the second pre-chorus was really phenomenal. And I feel like, again, I know I mentioned it a lot in the last stream towards the end. Mako is incredible. I think she's really, again, it makes sense why she won at the number 1 slot, because I think she's really incredible, and I think she was able to highlight that a ton. And of course, I gotta give a shout out to Nina as well. She was really hitting some great like high notes as well in this song that I think is really incredible. So overall, I think this one's probably my favorite. I think Gunky had said that this one was was written in part by Three Racha Stray Kids, which is insane to me. And I think Gunky also pointed out in chat when this came out, I was not a song that Three Racha would do. That's what I was thinking as well. That is a surprise. Like I said, if you hadn't included that on the notes, I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have put the two together, but I think that is incredible, and I think it obviously highlights their abilities and talents as musicians and music producers. So, major kudos to Three Racha for putting out a banger track. I like this one a lot. Again, should be no surprise, but it was good. And again, just to add the exclamation point on the end of the sentence, key change really does it for me. You know, key change are always good. So I love it. Sandra, hey, just made it to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Jazz says, I really like this one. I agree. And Gunky says, tonight's stream is most of the top tier NiziU songs, if you ask me. Ooh, okay. Very nice. Noah Santa says, oh, I'm pretty sure I have this as one of my faves on the playlist. Ooh, okay. Very nice. We love that, Noah Santa. Very, very cool. We love to see it. New NiziU fans. So killing it. All right. So the next one we have on the playlist is Coconut, which is, again, the title track of their second full-length album, Coconut. This song portrays a carefree and romantic summer atmosphere, celebrating the enchantment and beauty of being with someone special in a tropical paradise. This song carries a message of joy, togetherness, and cherishing the magical moments that summer brings. Oh, we love a summer bop. So let's vibe out with some Coconut. I do really like this chorus. That descending melody, nice. Oh, that little like jazz, like a little coffee shop jazz section. Nice. All right. Huh. All right, that was NiziU's Coconut. If you're hanging out, very, if you live on in America, we're fast approaching the summertime, so I feel like this one would be a good vibe, in my opinion. But I thought this one was really solid. I enjoyed this one a lot. I saw No Santa's comment that killed me. Um, fake water doesn't count. 0 out of 10 summer song. That shit killed me. I thought that was so funny. That was good. Kudos, No Santa. Um, listen, I love coconut. My partner can literally tell you that I will try anything with coconut in it. Um, so shout out to coconut. But I thought this was really fun. Very summerish, which should be expected with a song, relating to summer and major keys. I feel like that is always indicative of a really phenomenal summer song. Um, at first, I didn't know how I felt about it. It was. I definitely feel like Gunky was correct. It is kind of a grower. Like at first, I was like, maybe it's just taking me a little bit for it to get into the groove a little bit. And that first like verse, pre-chorus, chorus, I was like, you know what? Like, I started to get it when we got to that first chorus. I was like, ooh, this first chorus is really good. And then I think the song kind of snowballs and gets better. And then by the end of it, I was like, this is really fun. It's really light. I like the change up they did in the bridge. I feel like to me, it does a really great job of keeping the beat interesting and keeping the like melody choice like a little bit different. And I love how they circle back to that final chorus. I feel like that is always tried and true within a lot of music, but I felt like in this case, given how I want to say I was like wishy-washy on that first part of the song, but I do feel like it definitely turned it around for me in my opinion. Vocally, I loved whoever is doing that pop-off section. I want to say because I know Nina was hanging out at the end here, but I want to say it was, I don't know if they will actually show it. I didn't know if it was I don't know who did the that final section. I was gonna say it was either Nina or Riku. They both sounded great. So if it was like dubbed, where they kind of like put the two voices together, I think that was incredible. I did not know Riku had that type of vocal range. I feel like maybe not as comparatively as, I mean, I feel like Nina we've talked a lot about in part one, but I feel like we got to give it some love to Riku as well because she's really killing it with some of those vocal pop off moments. So I love that. But yeah, I very impressed by this song. I think there's like a lot of sleeper members in this song. I also really enjoyed Mihi's sections. She's like I feel like she's got like the perfect like cute voice, if that makes sense. Like there's something about it where I'm just like, oh, I know that's Mihi. You know what I mean? Like it just sticks out a little bit more. And I think again, just because the way that they pan, her in music in these MVs and stuff, I feel like they always kill it. So shout outs to them. But yeah, this was great. This is definitely one that I feel like I will probably fall more in love with as we get closer to summertime. So I got a good strong feeling on that. No Santa says, can I can do without chewy water though. Get that out of here. I agree. The chewy water, listen, I could rock with some coconut water, but the like chunks on the bottom, I don't know. That might be a little rough. Like the aloe vera drinks, man, those are wild. But and then he says Ryu is their second best vocalist. Ooh, okay. I didn't know we had tier lists, but very nice, very nice. We are keeping it a moving tonight. The next one we have is a B-side from Coconut. This is the main theme for the Japanese drama Kochi Mito yo Yoki-kun. Hopefully I did not butcher that. I probably did. This song explores the desire for deep connection in a relationship where both individuals genuinely see and understand each other, walk together, and support one another through the ups and downs of life. It emphasizes the importance of heartfelt communication, shared experiences, and a strong bond built on love and joy. So, very nice, very nice. This is cool. Listen, I love the J dramas and the K drama like songs. I feel like they always They always stick out. So I'm very curious how this one's gonna be. But all right, well, let's check out Look at Me then. Oh, it's a choreography video. Ooh. Nice. I like it. Ooh, I like they changed up the vibe a little bit. Nice. Ooh. I like that descending melody in the back, vocally. Cool. Nice falsetto there. Ooh, I like that like arpeggiated synth at the end. That's nice. All right, very cool. This was Look at Me from NiziU. I'm gonna go back and get like the full all of them together hanging out. So very nice, very nice. I enjoyed this one a lot. It's interesting. I would say it's more, and this is a huge compliment. I think for me, it's always interesting to listen to NiziU in this capacity because, like, some of the Korean songs that they do, you feel like they're very, like, K-pop in that capacity. And this kind of, I feel like, meets in the middle where, like, you can definitely tell, like, there is, like, that Japanese influence, but also at the same time, it's, like, very K-pop, like, production-wise. And I thought this was a good like middle ground between those two things. So I really enjoyed the production of this song. I think they did a great job on this B-side. One part I really wanted to point out that I thought was really interesting was the chorus. The chorus is probably the most interesting thing, and it's like I don't know if it's maybe just a subtle thing, but I think there's a different like tone. But I thought this was really interesting because like you get that first part of the chorus and I want to say it's off, like it definitely works well, but there's something about it where you're just like, ooh, okay, there's like some interesting like filter on it. And then in that second half of the chorus, it like opens up more. And I think it just maybe the way that they like extended the like dynamic range or made the like they removed the filter and kind of allowed the song to breathe a little bit, and I thought that was really interesting. And I thought maybe I was going a little crazy because I only heard it in the first chorus, and I was like, that seems a little off. I think it did actually happen in the second chorus, so I was like listening more intently. But I think that there's definitely a changeover. I definitely think there was some sort of filtering of that first part of the chorus and then opens up in the second part. But I think vocally, that's like where I think more of the dynamics come out. And I was just like, damn, I wish they kind of just like made the full chorus that. I think that would have been really great. But I appreciate like the different nuance of that. I thought that worked out really well. I also think this was arranged really well. I think every member kind of got their moment in the sun. Um, and I feel like that's always really difficult to do, but I think they did a phenomenal job of it. I really enjoyed Rio. I think she did like the rapping section, the first part of the rapping section, which I thought was killer. She did really good, and I felt like she came out the gate swinging. I also enjoyed obviously Mayuka and Rima. I feel like they're always incredible. The dynamics between them is so much fun to see, and I feel like I haven't noticed it as much in the first part, but I felt like it was more apparent in this song, so I really like this. But the trade-offs between them, I think, was really great, and I think they transition it super well. And it just had this infectious energy. I liked Coconut a lot, and I think Jazz and Sonja also agreed. I feel like this one was definitely better objectively, in my opinion, than I feel like Coconut was. And that's not to say I didn't like Coconut. I just think this one is definitely like way more tailored. I feel like they definitely knew what they were doing with this song, and you could tell. Like, so I'm surprised that this one wasn't I'm surprised this wasn't the title track, but hey, I'll make the rules. So, but I thought this was great. This is one that I would definitely be throwing on, and it's got that hook. It's got a great hook. So, kudos to NiziU. They did a great job. Let's see what we got here. Sonja says, OSTs are awesome. Gunky said my Japanese, you would have butchered it as well. So that makes me feel a little bit better, but I have to work on it. Gunky says, another great song. I will be on repeat this tonight. Jazz says, this was very fun. I prefer this one over the previous one. Sonja agreed. And then Gunky says, the song is better than Coconut. I agree with everyone. Oh, okay. Well, we're all on the same wavelength. So always good. So very nice. The next one on this playlist is Love and Like. This is another B-side from Coconut. It promotes positivity, self-empowerment, and the belief that love enhances every aspect of life. Encourages listeners to embrace their uniqueness and make choices that align with their true selves, and spread love to create more vibrant and fulfilling world. So very nice, very nice, very nice. We love to see it. So let's check it out. Huh. It has like a swing jazz riff to it. I love how they pan Nina to the left. The panning is so interesting. All right, they really shout out to NiziU. This was love and like they really said, listen, we Nina, we need you to pop off. We just need you to go we need you to go sicko mode, you know? Um Interesting song. Interesting song. I don't want to say conflicted. I know exactly what the song's doing. I just don't know. I feel like I'm kind of it's not a bad song by any stretch. I just am why I guess I'm a little confused. I will consent to what Uni said in chat, saying catchy AF chorus. I will agree that chorus is really catchy. At first, I was like, I don't know if I like it, but then when we got to the second chorus, I'm like, ooh, no, I like this. And then by the third time, I was like trying not to say it, but I was like, this is good. I like it. I think there's a lot of elements of this song that I do appreciate. But I don't know if this is for me. And there's probably people in chat and there's probably people that love this song. And I don't want to discredit your opinion or make you feel unvalidated in that. If this is your favorite song, all the power to you. You know what I mean? I think this is a very interesting song. That's probably about the best way I could describe it. Take that for how you will. But I think the arrangement was really unique. I like that they kind of give you this almost like swing jazz sort of vibe to it. And I think that only is amplified by, again, the way that the drums are set up. And then you have like obviously a lot of like horns and like a band section. So I feel like to me, it makes sense and obviously has that sort of chaoticness that I think is interesting. It is unique in the sense that I feel like the song itself is very like jazzy in the sense of like it really kind of goes out of pocket and you get like this really interesting like metric, but at the same point I feel like it is so grounded in the chorus where I'm just like, damn, like I appreciate the chaoticness of it, and I think it is really interesting. But I do feel like it requires more than one listen. I don't want to like over assume that this is like a song that I won't enjoy. I love jazz, but I do feel like this is very much an onslaught, and if you aren't prepared for it, then it's probably a lot. But I feel like again, it might tame itself after more listens, but. I think this was, if anything, a show off more so of the vocal skills of NiziU, more specifically, Riku and Nina. I feel like Nina absolutely crushed this song. More specifically, Nina, and that's not to again discount Riku, but Nina. Oh my God, they really just gave her the entire floor, and she took it with grace and absolutely crushed it. So I love that. I think that's incredible. Hopefully we'll get some more vocal pop-up moments from her, but yeah, I don't know. This was not one that I think I hate. I feel like I would be honest and say my opinion about it, but I don't feel like it is amongst my favorites that we've heard from NiziU, in my opinion. So if you love this song, this is no disrespect to you. I hope you still love it. I hope you still spin it and enjoy it. So, let's see what we got. Gunky says this is my least favorite song tonight, but it is a fun song though. Noah Santa says I've lost the measure way too many times. I agree with that 100%. Sarah says I adore the song. Makes sense 100% and validated for that. Gunky says this song is chaotic in a good way. Jazz says great ending, but I'm not sure about the whole song. I think I'm in the same camp as Jazz tonight. Gunky says this is not a song on my playlist, so you can't offend me. So just says chaotic is right. Chorus is fun, but yeah, not sure. Would need to listen to it more. And Biscuit says yes, I need to listen to it again. Uni says same. I need time to get used to the wacky verses. If you love and like LOL. I mean, that is true. That is true. It's, I mean, I feel like they're putting it all in one basket. You know, you either have people that love this song or you have people that like this song, you know? So they're putting them all together. I respect that. But very nice, very nice. We are going to move on to the next one. This is track 5 on the playlist here. This is Heartress. This title track is their first Korean single. Press play. They got their first Korean music show win with this song. This song made them win their first foreign group. Made them the first foreign group to win a Korean music show. That's awesome. Congratulations. This song explores themes of love and connection using a metaphor. A metaphor game of Tetris to illustrate excitement and synergy of a budding romance. The repeat of Heartress cleverly combines heart and tris, suggesting that love is like a game where two people must fit together perfectly. Again, I have listened to this one, but I haven't listened to it since we streamed it, so I'm very excited. And Gunky says that this is one of his favorites, so very nice. Let's get into Heartress. Little Felix action. Oh, this chorus is so fucking good. I love the uniqueness of the pre-chorus. Cool. G-Chain, baby. All right, very cool. This was NiziU's Heartress, if you're hanging out. Thanks for hanging. I saw Gunky struggling with the autocorrect in case he kept saying K-pop and K-pop, and I knew mentally I knew it was K-pop and J-pop. I just thought it was funny. So I feel you on the autocorrect, but I have listened to this one before. I believe actually this might have been one of the first songs that Gunky had sent to me when we done like chaos streams and stuff earlier on. So I feel like this one has a sentimental value to me. But I think this is an incredible song. Like I said, I haven't listened to it since we had done the last since we had streamed it originally, and I gotta say, coming back to it for a second time around, I think whatever comments I made about it, if I said this is a fantastic song, I feel like those sentiments still hold true for me. Um, uh, but I do feel like it is kind of again, and I know I mentioned it in the previous song, but like that kind of combination that NiziU has in terms of like a specialty where I feel like they always do a great job of it again, maybe more currently do a great job of kind of finding that middle ground between like K-pop and J-pop, and this has a lot of J-pop elements. I think the chordal structure is definitely more in the lines of what you would imagine J-pop to kind of be in, but vocally feels more so in line with what you would hear in K-pop. So I really do feel like they threaded the needle with this one, and I think they came out with gold certainly. Um, this is really fun. I think vocally this is also great too. I really love that pre-chorus. I don't know if I talked a lot about it when I previously listened to it, but I really like it. I think it offers this really interesting juxtaposition to an already interesting song, but I think the pre-chorus really cements itself as something different, and I like the way that it kind of breaks up the song, and then you get into this really phenomenally catchy chorus. I think that that's incredible, and I like the bridge in this as well, like that way that they kind of add this sort of like etherealness to it, but then have like these really cool like 808 bleed, like 808 sounds. I thought that was really awesome. And they had like that little bit of rap section from Rima. I think she killed it in that part. But yeah, this is an insanely catchy song. And again, if you don't consider this one a banger, then I'd be very surprised because this one is outrageously catchy. So great track. Still feel the same way about it. Still feel like it's probably one of my favorites from them. So yeah, very nice. MV is very fun. Carlos said Felix question mark. Yeah, that I was also shocked because I think we had just done like Stray Kids not that much longer after, so that's pretty funny. Or before we had just done Stray Kids, I think maybe at around that time, so that was cool. But very nice, fantastic track again. Love to see it. So the next one we have on the playlist is Lucky Star. This is a B-side from the same single release, Press Play. This song is about power of positivity, the ability to bring luck and happiness into someone's life. The lyrics describes how the star, represented by lucky clovers, bring good fortune and grant wishes. The song encourages listeners to believe in their own luck and to embrace it in their own shining light. So very nice, very nice. We will keep it moving with Lucky Star. Ooh. Ooh. I like this chorus. Very like dance hall-y. Like that call and response. Nice. Key change. Let's go. That was sick. I'm about this. I'm about this. I'm about this. Very nice. All right. This was NiziU's Lucky Star. If you're hanging out with us tonight, thank you for hanging. Oh, this was so good. I love this. I feel like, again, like if you can put Lucky Star and Heartress back to back, I mean that I feel like that to me is like a grand slam in my opinion. This is such a great song. I think Sarah said it. This synth is crazy. I love it. Yeah, the synth is wild, but it's so cool. I love the way that they implemented the synth in the song. So cool. I also can't tell, and I think I want to say this is true. So I would say like maybe 90 to 95% accurate. I almost positive that they took like their vocal like one of the members vocals and they like pitched it. So I really like that. I think they did like some little bit of vocal fixing in this song, and I think they used it in like the synth pad, which was really interesting. And I love how they kind of like pitch bend it. I thought that was really sick. I'm getting hella nerdy about my synth choices here tonight, but I thought that was really cool. And then they also were doing like some interesting like pitched vocals in like the chorus as well, where they had kind of like them like doing like some like higher pitched vocals. I thought that was really unique, and I think it's a cool addition. Like I said, I don't know if it's any of the members of NiziU actually, but they did use some sort of like vocal sampling for that, and I think they did a great job because it feels appropriate. It works with the song super well. I will say that the chorus of this song is incredibly catchy, and really infectious. I think that's probably what sold me most on this song was how much fun the chorus is. This song seems like one of those ones that I don't know if they've performed it live. I don't know if they've done it on like tours or whatever, but this one I feel like would just pop off live. It just gives me that live energy. It feels very reciprocal in that. What I imagine, hopefully, if they do play this live, I think it would definitely fill an arena for sure. Um, but yeah, I think this is great. Vocally, this is also really nice too. Like again, it's not doing anything crazy, but I think like the melody choices I think is what resonates really well in the song, and they did a great job of like making everyone feel included. So I again really like this. Pre-chorus was also really phenomenal in this song too. I think they did a great job of the build. It feels very concise, and it feels very on point. So I really enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, overall, this is probably amongst my favorites from tonight. I know we have a little bit more in terms of videos, but I really think this one's amongst the favorites for sure. So let's see what we got here. Jazz says this is my favorite so far tonight. Biscuit also rebutted that as well. We love to see it. Uni says new to me, instantly love it. Agreed. Gunky says we still haven't gotten to my favorite song yet. Sun just says all their songs seem to have super catchy choruses. And Gunky said they've mastered the catchy choruses when they want. I agree. So very nice, very nice. Gunky's next song on this playlist is Memories. This is a digital single. Is also on their mini album Awake. It was the theme song for Universal Studios Japan, Unihara in 2024 in the Osaka commercial. Very nice. Kudos to the girls. This song promotes the message of cherishing and creating joyful moments with friends. It encourages living in the present and supporting one another and embracing the ever-evolving nature of life. The song's significance lies in the powers of sharing shared experiences, which can bring people closer together and create lasting memories. And Gunky says that this is one of his favorites as well. So very nice, very nice let's get into memories then. Ooh, I like this call and response too. Very nice. Ooh, I like that little vibrato. That's cool. The vocal layering on this section, nice. Yo, who is doing those pop-ups? So good. Man, whoever was doing those pop-offs at the end went insane. All right. This was NiziU's Memories if you're hanging out. Very nice. I was gonna say it sounds like a Nina pop-off. I was gonna guess. It was either between Riku or Nina, I feel like normally. So very cool, very cool. This is great. I will say, and maybe it's just like again my familiarity with like classic rock or like Motown music and stuff, but this is kind of again, I know it's not like reinventing the wheel here, but melody wise, it kind of gives me a little bit of Jackson 5, like ABC in a weird way. I think maybe it's just because the chords, like the melody and the chord structure is very similar. Obviously not exactly the same, but like the way that they chose to do certain like vocal moments in the song feels very reminiscent of that. And I mean that in the most lovely of ways, because I think that obviously is an iconic song, and I know it has been used a lot. So, or kind of evoking that feeling. So, I think this is another fantastic song. Again, that is no discredit to the song itself. It's just like when you hear a melody, it's like somehow it's cemented into your brain of that. So I thought that was interesting. But I think this is great. Nina obviously going insane at the end of the song. I think she is really popping off at the end of these songs. Like the past couple of songs, she's just been going absolutely ape shit, which is awesome. So she sounds incredible. I feel like I don't point this out a lot, and maybe it's just me being aloof to it to some degree, but I feel like their choreography in this song was so good. I feel like I don't often point out their choreography as much, and maybe that's just to my fault, but I really enjoyed the choreo of this song. I think they did a great job. The formations were really cool. I think just like it seems very sweet and very cute, and I feel like they do that very well. So I really enjoyed that a ton. The chorus again, super catchy. I know I have watched this video before, but I again coming revisiting it again, um, was very good. I think this is another fantastic song by them. If anything, it is again catchy to such a good degree. So, yeah, this and you know what? Weirdly enough, this feels very summery. I don't know if that is the case, but obviously it's not pretending to be a summer song. But but I really enjoyed it. So kudos to the girls. This was incredible. Another great vibe song. So Sonja says Nina is my fave. I think cool vocals. I agree. Gunky says they have a really good choreo in their songs. I mean, they pretended to drive a car crazy in some super summer. I do remember that. That was cool. So all right. We are keeping it moving here. The next one is Sweet Nonfiction. This is a digital single. It's also on their mini album Awake. This is the theme song for their Japanese live action film adaptation of Lovesick Ellie manga. This song is a celebration of love that transcends boundary between reality and fantasy, highlighting the emotional intensity and genuine connection that can exist in relationships. The song encourages listeners to embrace their non-fictional aspects of their love stories and to cherish the authentic feeling that comes with being in love. Gunky says that this is his favorite song by them. So that is quite the statement to make. So I feel like we have to check it out. So let's give it a listen. That keychain is so good. Oh, I love the little bloopers and stuff. Nice. All right. This was NiziU's Sweet Nonfiction. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Let me see if I can find the spot I was at. I was trying to see. No, that's not everybody. I don't believe. It's okay. We'll find another one. But I thought this was really cute. I have listened to this one already. I do remember Gunky showing me this one. I think there was a slew of there's a slew of NiziU songs that I have already listened to, and I remember this being one because I haven't seen this. I have seen it, excuse me. The next one I don't think I've seen. But I enjoyed this one a lot. This was the second time going through it. So if I wasn't as aggressively into the song as I feel like I normally am when I haven't heard the song, this was really good. I love I love this one as well. I think this one is just the perfect match between, again, those cute vibes that I feel like NiziU does really well, but also at the same time, I also feel like it is a great representation of their side of K-pop. I think they are that kind of unique group that kind of threads the needle between both, and I'm always so impressed by it. I think that's kind of what really drives me, drives it for me a little bit more. But I thought this was fun. This is an incredibly well-written song. I think that um, the chorus is extremely infectious, and I know Stone just said it in a previous couple songs, and I feel like that sentiment is so true. Like, they really have had and continue to have, I imagine, just choruses that are just like great hook. Right out the gate, I feel like they almost always, like, even if I like am not sold on the first chorus, I feel like I almost always come back around and enjoy what they do. But this is another great example, I think, in terms of fun production. I think Noah Santa says, Brandon, every time he hears modulation, I agree. I'm a sucker for modulation. And I think this is, again, no exception. I just love it. I don't know why. It just tickles my ear, and I'm about it. But I think this was also really fun. I think vocally this was great, and I think I didn't get to appreciate it as much when I first listened to it. But I feel like I have a lot more appreciation for it. But I really enjoyed Mihi's vocals. I feel like, again, I don't show her as much love, and that's no disrespect to her whatsoever. But I feel like, again, kind of being the main protagonist of this MV, I feel like you got to see her in not only a different light, but I also feel like vocally you got to hear a lot more of the dynamics as well. But yeah, I think this is phenomenal. The vocals are really incredible as well. I think the other one that I was surprised about, and I don't know if I mentioned it the first time I listened to it, since I didn't know all of their names, but Rima. I really enjoyed Rima. I think she's great. She's just so, like, she's so talented. I love that she sings, but as well as that does, like, obviously the rapping sections as well. She's really kind of a Swiss Army knife, and I appreciate that a lot because she's got a really good vocal tone. So I love hearing the opportunities that she has to do some singing. So very nice, very nice. Gunky says every time there's a keychain, Brandon flips out. Listen, man, it doesn't happen often. So I mean, it happens more often, I think, in K-pop, but it doesn't really happen a lot in, like, metal music too much. So I feel like I gotta take I gotta take my nuggets whenever I can. So I vibe. But Gunky also said Mihi is the third best vocalist. Would I don't know where I would put all of these people on a tier list, but she is really incredible vocally. So very nice, very nice. All right, let's get into the next one. Next one is Rise Up. This is the title track from their EP of the same name. It is also the first opening song of Tower of God Season Two's anime. Very interesting. This song conveys a message of resilience, empowerment, and a determination to face obstacles head on. The song encourages listeners to overcome struggles and to continue moving forward despite the darkness and challenges they may encounter. So, very nice. I did not. They've been doing a lot of that. I think that's very interesting. So, love to see it. Gunky says this is more intense song, a lot less cute. That what a what a neck breaker from Sweet Fiction to this one. But let's check out NiziU's Rise Up.
闇に囲まれた世界さまよいかすかな望みさえ見えない暗い道手を伸ばしても届かないそこはこんなに深いなんて裏切りつまずき苦しみ Face the fears now Can't give a deep Look at the sign Now I can see what I feel 確かな light 前照らしてく信じる力によって進めてこう Believe and rise up rise up rise up going higher I never give up give up give up give up wake up 階段上がるたびに待ち構える戦い一緒に乗り越えて遥か先へ行こう Why 表のその笑顔は true 裏の顔は笑ってない冬騙し合い欲望に満ちた街悲しみ内に潜めて声を上げても届かない壁はこんなに高いなんて抜け出そう声を切り裂こう Gotta fight now 果てしない Look at the sign Now I can see what I feel 真っ赤な fire 燃え盛る想い
I like that vocal bend. That's nice.
Going higher, I never give up, give up, give up, give up. Wake up. 階段上がるたびに待ち構える戦い一緒に乗り越えて遥か先へ We go 閉ざされた扉絆と願う心それが鍵になるさ自分を信じれるのは自分自身
Huh. Very nice. All right. This was NiziU's Rise Up. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. You said you wanted more Nina. I was gonna say Nina. I had a thought. I was like, I saw Riku on the screen, and I was like, is it Riku? But it is Nina. But very interesting. I whenever groups I feel like is always interesting to me when they do something a little different. I'm always curious how people view these types of songs. And it's not that it's bad. I actually enjoyed this song a lot, but I'm always very curious because like as mentioned previously, they're doing this cute stuff with sweet nonfiction. And I think that it's very interesting to see them do something that obviously is the polar opposite of what people view them as. And I'm always curious to see like that perspective of like if people really enjoyed Rise Up, are they gonna go through that level of whiplash of like knowing that this might be like that one-off thing that they do. um so I'm curious if you are watching this and you love NiziU, thank you for watching first and foremost. But I am curious if Rise Up was the first time that you listened to from them, has your perspective changed on their like older music, or obviously the music that I haven't listened to yet that they've done? Because I think it is very interesting in that perspective of like this feels like some other groups that I really like. And Unhi pointed out the one that I was thinking of, which was Pixie. I love Pixie. I think they're incredible. And I think that this is very interesting in that capacity, but I think they did a fantastic job. I really enjoyed like the chorus of this. I think it's got this really interesting, like, I don't even know. It's got this really interesting sort of like beat to it that I think is really more so focused on how strong the vocals are, or like how clean the production is. And I think that they did a really great job of highlighting that. I think this song has a lot of like interesting dynamics to it that again I don't feel like they have delved into as much. And I think it is a cool, again, it's a cool perspective on what they're capable of doing. I also think as well as that I really enjoyed the bridge of this song. I think it was very ethereal. I think they added like a unique kind of like vibe to, again, their gauntlet of musicality, and I think this showed off that really well. But yeah, I think this was great. I am surprised by this, but I think surprised in a certainly good way. No disrespect to any of them. I think this one came out very unique. And I got to give a shout out to Mayuka as well as Rima. I feel like they did a fantastic job in this song specifically. I love their combo. I think they always do a really great job. So kudos to them. I feel like that was one of the more standout moments to me in this track. But yeah, I thought it was very solid. Uni says this one gives me Pixie vibes, which I mentioned before. Sonja says they do cute like nobody's business, but I like this style on them so much more. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. I appreciate that commentary. Biscuit says I was thinking them too. Gunky says so many groups try to do this big music change, and usually for me it doesn't work. It works really well for me here. Cough cough. Weekly Venapara killed me, and I couldn't stand that song. Hey, fair enough. We will get into Weekly, I'm sure, at some point, but interesting. Yeah, I'm always, like I said, being a little bit more green to getting into like K-pop. I think that I'm always very curious again to see how people's perspective is on the like these types of songs that feel, I don't want to say like an outlier because it's always a negative connotation, but just like something where it would musically change their career path. So I'm always impressed by the commentary that people bring to this one, especially this song specifically. And speaking of the next song on the playlist, we are going to be talking about Believe. This is from the same EP, so I'm curious to hear this B-side. This also is the first closing song for Tower of God Season 2. It says this song serves as a motivational anthem, urging individuals to trust in themselves, keep moving forward, and strive for their aspirations regardless of uncertainties. The lyrics blend themes of self-discovery, perseverance. Excuse me, I can't even read tonight. And the inevitable struggle of life, resonating with listeners on their journey towards personal growth and success. So very nice. We are gonna get the yin to the yang. So let's check out Believe. Ooh.
しているこの世に生まれた意味と使命を這いつくばってもがいて光見上げながら奮い立つプライド加速するスピード Far away どこまで行けば Far away たどり着くのかその向こうは誰も知らない Believe in yourself
Great chorus.
Going on, going on 信じ抜け可能性を Believe in yourself 絶対守りたい何かがあるから何度もいとものさ We're going to the top どんな猛者にも弱さが
I like that low end from NiziU. Very nice.
胸に隠し立ち向かう勇気を盾に心の善と悪が表裏一体ならば善とは野心悪とは疑心 Cry 向き合いながら Cry 祈り続けていつの日か悟りを What is the answer わからぬまま走り続けて Turn it ひたすらに突き進み What is the answer きっと満ち足りることなどないから信じたその先へ We're going to the top 誰も傷つけない誰も裏切らないそんな世界があったならでもここは違うのさ定めを背負ってるから戦うよ命の限り一途に Believe in yourself 駆け上がってけ道なき道を Going on, going on 信じ抜け可能性を Believe in yourself 絶対守りたい何かがあるから何度もいとものさ We're going to the top
Ooh. All right. That was NiziU's Believe if you're hanging out tonight. Thanks for hanging. I thought this one was this was a chef's kiss song for me. Like this one I think was one of the better ones that we have heard tonight. I would probably put this amongst my favorites. I just think the dynamics of this song is so good. I think a lot of people in chat was saying that they loved like the vocal showcase. Someone just says the song is really a showcase of their vocals. Nice. I agree. I think it highlights them all very well. I think probably some of my favorite vocal performances were from Rikyu and Mihi. I think they sounded especially good. I'll probably give even more love to Mihi. I think her low tone is so nice. It has like this really beautiful warmth to it that I feel like in previous songs I really haven't been able to point out as much. But I feel in this song she was really able to highlight that and showcase it off a little bit more. So I really like that, and she had kind of like that really cool like vocal moment in the bridge as well too, which was incredible. But they all sounded great, and I think that again shows off the ability of having great ensemble vocals. I think it's really good. I also appreciate a lot of the vocal structure in this song. I think whoever was the one to kind of craft that, they did a fantastic job, because there's a lot of cool like call and response. I think the way that they like shifted a lot of the like the vocal dynamics as well throughout the song, like where you get a lot of different like vocal layering and arrangement, I think is really incredible. They did a fantastic job of that. I don't feel like the synth is overpowering, and that is pretty intense, because I feel like the song itself has like a really high like melodic threshold, and I think it could the synth could easily overwhelm this song, but I think it does a really good job of propping up the members in such a really great way that I feel like elevates their vocal talents in this song. So I really like this a lot. And again, phenomenal chorus. I think they absolutely crushed the chorus. Great job with that. But yeah, I think Believe is amongst my favorites for sure. I don't know, like I still feel Rise Up was great. I do feel like Believe is a better arranged track. But I don't have any you know, I don't have any negativity towards Rise Up. I think that is a fantastic song, and I feel like this one is equally amongst that company, if not higher. So great stuff. We love to see it. So very cool. We are keeping the train a moving tonight. The next one we have is this is Always. This is a pre-release off their mini album Awake. The song explores themes of memory, connection, and resilience. The song reflects on past experiences and emotion, emphasizing the importance of relationships and support in navigating through challenging times. It conveys a message of hope, togetherness, and suggests that love can shine through even the darkest moments. So very nice, very nice. Also, a lot of people were saying that they love the song. So very nice, very nice. Previous song, excuse me. But all right. Gunky says, you know what we haven't heard in a while? A ballad. And the Awake EP is their best album, if you ask me. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into Always then. I'm excited to listen to a ballad.
"私はいつもあなたの私の思い出数えると懐かしいあの場所からどれだけ遠くへ来てしまったんだろう寂しくなる今日の夜私の宝物数えると必ずあなたがいるただどれだけ私は救われてきたんだろう寂しくない今日の夜奇跡のような必然偶然の生命虹の橋の途中で膝もついた私が今言えるのはこれだけ一人じゃないってこと抱きしめたい悲しさも全部美しく飛び回る妖精のように私たち夜空を描く手を握るキュッといつものように
Wow, they really kicked up the dynamics in that chorus. Holy shit.
私の思い出色づいて乾いた水彩画にグリッターを乗せて音楽に昇華していくただそれだけ考えも矛盾も歩んだ道のりもぴったりはまろう運命と呼ぶのでしょうリボンの結び目をつながりに例えて虹の橋の入り口で時間が動いた私が今言えるのはこれだけ出会いにありがとう
Great harmonies.
手を取れば悲しさも全部吹き飛ばせる音楽さすコンパスのように
Get a little violin in there. like that guitar effect they put on. That's sick. This ending is so gorgeous. Oh man. Holy shit. All right, that was NiziU always. Wow, holy shit. That was so good. So good. I feel like I need to I feel like I mentally need to catch up. I will say normally this is probably the biggest compliment that I can give to any song. If it literally gives me goosebumps, I feel like that is in probably the high echelon of songs that I enjoy. So I feel like respectfully the song is amongst my favorites. But I feel like if you have a song where it connects to you in that capacity, where again you're really feeling the music, I feel like that speaks more than I feel like anything that would inevitably come out of my mouth in terms of this song. But I will say, at first I thought it was a slow burn. Like I was like, okay, like for Gunky to throw this on the playlist and again to have it be a ballad song, I was like, you know what? Like I really like ballads. And I'm always very curious to see how far they can go. And I feel like this is like one of those ones where like weirdly enough transcends that kind of boundary between like that anthemic, very like again very ballady sort of feel, but I think it even takes it beyond that. And so I really liked the vocal arrangement of the song. I think Sonja mentioned about the harmonies and the vocal layering. I think they did a phenomenal job, and I think they have consistently done a very good job of that. And I feel like now we're getting into them really, I think, really understanding that they all have a unique vocal frequency that they handle, and I think they have really kind of masterfully done it. And I feel like this is probably the best representation of that. I think vocally, again, it all coalesced very beautifully. I think all of them had like their moment in the sun in this song. And so I feel like again when you're having these sort of like softer somber moments, you get to hear a little bit more of that like um openness, and you kind of get to see a little bit into the looking glass a little bit more. And I felt like this song does a great job of highlighting more of the tender, more of the like somber moments that I feel like are really represented well in a ballad song. But then also at the end, like the song just kind of crescendos to like a really amazing ending. And I think it kind of channels all that energy that or those feelings and emotions that you have at the beginning of the song. And I feel like it's like, it's like it feels like they all kind of like fly away towards the end in a kind of beautiful way. And I think they did a really great job of keeping that energy smooth. And then once you get to the end, I think they really like let it go. And so I really like that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Nina was doing the pop off vocal moments at the end, and I feel like, again, I know that I have given her a lot of praise, but I genuinely think this was probably one of her best vocal performances that I've heard, and I would be very remiss if I feel like there's another song where she goes even crazier. But there is some really insane vocal moments in this song. And I feel like if I had to sit here for more hours to talk about it, I would. But um, I respect y'all's time. But this one is fantastic. I'm gonna have to watch this one and listen to it again because this is incredible. So, um, Gungy says this is my favorite ballad by them. Kaylee says that was pretty. Biscuit said so pretty. Jazz says that was beautiful. Wow. Um, very nice, very nice. Okay, cool. The next one is Yoke. I think if I've again pronunciated that incorrectly, I apologize. This is a track off the same mini album Awake. The song conveys a powerful message of hope, personal growth, and the beauty of new beginnings. The title, which translates to dawn in Japanese, serves as a metaphor for the transition from darkness to light and symbolizing the optimism and opportunity that comes with a fresh start. Gunky says that this is one of their favorites. So very nice. He also says, "Wet sock warning incoming." Oh God, not the wet socks. This song is even better. I love this song. Okay, that's gonna be hard to beat, but we're gonna check it out anyway. Very city pop influenced. What about it? No. Oh no.
Over here, look at the sky, it's stunning. 난 네가 웃기 때문에 more excited. Just follow my heart, follow my heart. Alright, alright, alright.
Oh, I was gonna say. Interesting. Yoake. Okay. I knew I pronounced it as Yoake. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Um. Very cool. Very cool. All right. This is NiziU's Yoake. Very cool. Going to answer my question. This live singing part is not in the studio version. I was gonna say that was great. I would fully approve of that. I mean, again, I don't know if it would have made sense in this studio version, so I understand them not doing it for studio, but it was cool to see in the MV. And they, again, not that I feel like they needed to tell me that their vocal prowess is good, but it's always good to get a reminder here and there, So, this is fun. I really enjoyed this. I think this again, very, very city pop influence, which again, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse with this one, but that combination between like their love of K-pop as well as J-pop. I think this one felt more J-pop-ish, and again, I think it's maybe kind of again the tonal structure of the song felt very much in line with city pop. But I thought this was great. This was another really 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 well orchestrated song. I love the chorus of this song. I think the chorus is got a great hook. It also has a really great melody as well too. I think they did a phenomenal job of having you really be engaged with the song. As well as that, I think it was very solid vocally. Like I don't feel like I have anyone specifically that I was just like, damn, they really went insane. I will probably give a shout outs to all of the members that were standing around the piano. I feel like they were all really incredible. Mako, I think that is obviously Nina. I know I saw Riku, and then I imagine Mihi was on there as well too. So shout outs to Mihi. But yeah, this was great. Overall, I don't know if I have much else to say. It was just a really well orchestrated song, and I think it shows off a lot of their skill in a unique way. So, Gunky says this is a song you have to play on repeat. I agree. I was a little scared because we got that break in the song, and I was like, "Oh, yo, don't tell me it's over with. That's crazy." But Sandra says that last bit with the piano only was fire. I agree. And then No Santa says this reminds me of Mariyuka Takeuchi. I agree. Gunky says, I think that the company made a mistake with this song. It should have been a title track for their Korean comeback instead of Love Line. I really like Love Line, but I really love Line, but it would be better as a Japanese track. Ooh, interesting. Okay, well, we'll be getting into it, so I'm sure I'll have some commentary on it, but very nice. The next one that we have is Crush. This is from the same mini album Awake. This is a subunit song which consists of Rio, Ayaka, Mihi, and Rima. This song embodies themes of empowerment, self-confidence, transformation, encouraging listeners to overcome obstacles and embrace their true selves with a bold and energetic attitude. Let's go. All right. Very nice. Let's get into it. Ooh. Stronger than ever. Crash, crash, crash. Smash, smash, smash. You ready for the new game? Crash, crash, crash. Hate that world.
まどってるの見たことないでしょ新しい私なの I let the past go よそ見してたら置いてくよ軽く超えてく期待はのリミットリミット誰にも予想できないマイストーリー Smarter than ever 見抜ける力が Brighter than ever 突き進む自分らしく未来 Yeah yeah 作って大胆に Crash 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 迷わずに Smash 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 輝くの Fresh 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 You ready you ready you ready for the new 限界は
I like that chromatic descending melody.
You ready you ready you ready for the new me
Ooh. Yo, that sentence is going wild.
I'm ready for the new me, yeah. 大胆に Crash 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 迷わずに Smash 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 輝くの Fresh 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 You ready you ready you ready for the new 大胆に Crash 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 迷わずに Smash 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 輝くの Fresh 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 You ready you ready you ready for the new 限界は Crash 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 Hater Smash 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 運命は Fresh 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 You ready you ready you ready for the new me
Interesting. All right, this was NiziU's Crush. If you're hanging out, Gunky says I really like this subunit song. This is interesting. Weirdly enough, I kind of is giving, in certain parts, it was giving me shades of like NMix in a weird way. I mean that as a very good compliment because obviously I love NMix, but there's definitely some elements of the song where I was like, this feels like something that like wacky in the sense that I feel like NMix does in like K-pop, and obviously I know NiziU kind of crosses that boundaries between both Japanese and Korean music, but um, but I think this one I'm kind of mixed on. I don't know if I hate it or I don't know if I love it. It's like a very unique spot for this song to be in. There's definitely a lot of elements that I like about the song. I think there is some really interesting like vocal arrangements, that like chromatic descended vocal melody from Mihi, like, and they put this interesting vocal effect on it. I thought it was interesting. The like call and response between like Rio, Ayaka, Rima, and Mihi, and then like they had one with Ayaka, Rima, and Mihi. It was very interesting, and I think dynamically it was very intriguing in that capacity. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. I think I'll probably give it another listen just to fully get my piece on it. But yeah, I don't know about this one. This one is a very interesting one. I don't think it is badly written. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a very, very interesting song that I would have to give some more love to. So I will listen to this one again, Gunky. I will assure you. So, and Gunky says that this one is definitely a grower song, I will say. So good knowledge there. So very nice. We are keeping the train moving. We got a couple more. The next one is Love Line. This is the title track from their second Korean single of Love Line. This song compares feelings towards a person you like to fate line in palmistry, palm reading, based on the story that it will lead you to a red thread with the other person's fate. When watching the MV, think of the members as cats. A lot of the scenes will make you since they are doing what they are doing. Excuse me, I can't even read tonight. So very interesting. Let's let's check out Love Line then. That's wild. All right, very interesting. This was NiziU's Love Line. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Um, Man, this was awesome. I am surprised at this. I think Gunky may have mentioned it. This is way more J-pop than K-pop. I agree. I am surprised that this one is a Korean, so like Korean single. It feels more J-pop, and I feel like it would maybe be more aligned with their like Japanese releases. Um, but I love this. This is great. I think that I think that the guitar work in this is incredible. It actually reminds me, I think I've shown chat this Polyphia's like ABCD song. It feels very like that. They use a lot of that again, that like very trebly, very single coily sort of guitar riff. And I definitely like it a lot. I think maybe I just have a common affliction to, if there's a really fun guitar riff, my brain is like, yes, 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 I need more, you know? So I feel like in this instance, I would argue that's probably a large majority of the reason why I enjoy this song. But as well as that, I think like structurally, this feels very, again, very out of line or out of left field if you're thinking about things in the K-pop space of music. But I do feel like, again, but I also feel like, as well as that, I think that, again, if you are more familiar with J-pop or things outside of K-pop music, then you're like, okay, well, this maybe isn't as crazy. But I do feel like contextually is a little bit wild. But I love the production. That pre-chorus is so interesting, and I want to go back and listen to it because there's so many different like melodies that they jump through and then get to the final chorus, which is in a different melody entirely. So I do feel like this is, for no shortage of words, it is a little bit of a clusterfuck, but I like it. I think it is chaotic in like the most, in the most positive of lights. I like that. I think it works really well with this, and like their vocals really are interesting to match a song that is so out there musically. I think it is really impressive. So I definitely like this a lot. Really enjoyed the musicality of it. I'll have to give this another listen. Not that I feel like I didn't like it, because I really loved it, but I feel like I want to just give it a listen just because I'm curious to understand the production and why they have chosen to do certain things in the song. But incredible song. Enjoyed it a lot. Let's see, comment wise, Gunky says that's exactly how I feel. Sunju says it's very J-pop. I agree. It really is a great song. Biscuit says it does, but this sound has been more popular in Korea lately. That is an interesting trend. I feel like we're finally shifting, and it's a unique thing. So I'm stoked. I'm glad about that. Uni says, "LOL." When this dropped, someone on Reddit also said this reminded them of Polyphia. I was gonna say, I love Polyphia. Shout out to Polyphia. They were a great instrumental group. If you have not checked them out, please go give them some love. But yeah, this feels very Polyphia-esque, and I feel like, as someone who has listened to Polyphia for a long time, I feel very vindicated in a song like this. So very nice. He says, I have a friend over, and he's saying the song is too unpredictable. I love that. I love that about it. The song feels fresh, and every time I listen to it. Kala says, I love unpredictable songs to a degree, keeps things from getting repetitive or boring. I also agree. I think this is I think this song is like the perfect song that fits in a playlist, because it, like, if you know the familiarity of what like K-pop does, or even J-pop as well, I feel like this kind of flips the script a little bit. So I appreciate this one a lot. But very nice. We're gonna move on to the next one. Is two B-sides off of, well, one B-side off of Love Line, which is the other single, and then we have a B-side off of, again, the Dive here. So What If is next. This is a B-side track off their second Korean single, Love Line, so we got to do it. So let's check it out. Oh, it didn't go live. I love it. Okay. Yeah, this feels very anime OST.
주차에서 못했었지 마리너를 바라본 건 환한 빛을 던지고서 너는
I feel very vindicated by Nina. She's doing that air drumming. I'm on board.
What if 너를 살짝 갔다면 What if 우리 지나쳤다면 만약이라는 건 없어 어디서 어떻게든 난 I'll find a way 너의 이야기에 저 페이지가 지워졌어 잔뜩 보여버린 나의 하루에
Oh, the harmonies. Very nice. This was NiziU's What If, the Dingo Live version. We'd love to see it. This was great. I feel like I don't really gotta say much else. I feel like this song is so self-explanatory. I think the musicality of it is great. The girls are correct in saying this feels very anime OST. And listen, they have had songs in anime, so I feel like, listen, I don't need to say it, but I'm gonna say it. I feel like this one needs to be on, like, if they have an up and coming anime, I feel like this one needs to be, up there as a potential choice for an OST. So I think this is great. This definitely is in my wheelhouse in terms of musicality. I love a good like J-rock sort of song, and this one definitely vibes out super well. I also feel like, again, I am so enamored by Nina and Riku. I feel like their vocals are really, again, so incredibly powerful. I think you get to get a little bit more of a taste of that towards the end of the song. I think obviously they always do a great job of popping off at the end, but like their vocals are so good, and I love that little bit of harmony section between them two. It was really beautiful. I think, again, it just shows off their incredible talent as vocalists. But I gotta give a shout out to all of them. They all sounded like really, really great. I also shout out to Dingo Music. They did a great job mixing them all, because I feel like that's such a difficult task, and I can only imagine it gets monumentally more difficult the more members you have. But it sounded phenomenal. It sounded super clean. I also really love Mako. I feel like she's like my bias crusher, I feel, because I'm almost always like, damn, I really love Mako's voice. And I feel like, again, I always give love to Nina and I always give love to Riku, but Mako, man, is like that, the slow and steady, man. I feel like she is always really incredible. So and she's always got like that charisma. Like anytime we've seen her in like MVs, at least from my perspective, I feel like she's so charismatic. So I feel like that translates well into her singing voice. But great song. I'll have to give the, like I said, I'll have to give the Spotify listen tomorrow while I'm at work, but enjoyed this one as well. Gunky says this came out this morning, so had to add it. Love it. And it says this song is great, and Biscuit says yes, perfect for a slice of life anime. I couldn't agree more. So very nice. We have one last one from NiziU, and then I'll probably try to see what we can do. I know Sarah is not gonna be here for the songs that they have recommended, so maybe we'll kind of jump around the playlist a little bit. But Biscuit, I already answered Biscuit's comment, excuse me. The last song on this playlist is Life is Beautiful. This is a B-side off of their mini album Awake. This is the MV recaps their Awake tour with the song Life is Beautiful. The song celebrates the beauty of life through everyday moments, emphasizing joy, love, and the importance of connection with others. Encourages listeners to appreciate the small joys and embrace a positive outlook on life. Gunky says this seems to be a great song and MV to close the deep dive off with. So major shout outs to Gunky for putting this playlist together. Big kudos to them for putting it all together and getting the points. So we love to see it, but we are going to continue on with Life is Beautiful. So let's check it out. This is cool. I like it.
My knees, 자신이 better 탓해니. I felt love, no wasted tears 깬 기차지. 그래 너 혹시 계속 그땐 못하지. All I need, I got to know that I on a special day. 눈이가 shake like that, walking on the good that. 더 많은 나이들 keep on keeping on. Love 사람만 만나 better, 내려봐 전부 win. I know we'll be alright. 'Cause we are happy now. Not a little bit, but I got lost.
The harmonies, so good. Aww. I can't watch. I was watching them getting teary eyed, and I felt it. I felt the flutter. So very nice. This was NiziU's Life is Beautiful. This was great. I enjoyed this a lot. This kind of feels like a cool juxtaposition between like a little bit of like EDM slash like more like K-pop elements, and then obviously having a little bit of like a little pop rock, a little pop punk feel to it, which I was genuinely a little shocked about. But it works out really well. I think they did a really great job of like really covering the gambit of what they're capable of doing. That rap section was phenomenal. I think that was really, really good. I was genuinely shocked at how good that was. And then like the chorus is so catchy, like so fucking good. So I was definitely shocked by how good that was. But yeah, this was a great one to end it off with. I would agree with Gunky. I enjoyed watching them. They're all very like, it seems like the fan engagement with them is always really incredible too. So I thought this was really nice. But yeah, overall, great track, great vibes. You can't help but feel good. So I think they did a phenomenal job of putting it all together. But very nice. Real quick, I'll recap some of my favorites from this stream. I feel like I have to go with. This is tough. I think I'll put Always on my list just because that one was just so insanely good. So I'm gonna do Always, Lucky Stars. I'll do Heartress. Um, I did really enjoy Paradise. That's tough. I think yeah, Heartress, Lucky Star, um, Always, and I would put Love Line on there. I think those were really great. I would give an honorable mention to Life is Beautiful. I feel like that's another one I would love to give a shout outs to. But yeah, I think those would be my favorites from this evening in terms of NiziU. So great choice. Gunky says, I wanted to put the song in line with the rest of Awake songs, but it just fit as a good ending song in MV. I agree. It was a perfect ender. For sure agree with Biscuit on this one. Gunky said, sweet nonfiction, Heartress, and Paradise. Yoke is a honorable mention. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, great stuff. Shout outs again to Gunky for getting the points, doing the damn thing. We love to see it. So if you want yours to get picked, make sure to come hang out and chat. We'd love to see you. Uni says, believe Heartress, Lucky Star. I think for me, Enrique is my bias. Oh, okay. I think for bias, that's a little tough. I want to say, I feel like if I have to go based off of most amount of shout outs, I think I probably would have to put Rima as my bias, most likely. I know Nina's probably up there as well. Man, they're all good. That's tough. That's so tough. I feel like I probably gotta say Rima though, because I feel like I gave her the most shouts. So, very cool. Again, much love to Gunky. But yeah, hopefully yours will get picked next. We would again come hang out, come chat. We'd love to be part of the community. But anyway, we are moving on.